tiden. Hun er som en eksplosion. Rex the T-Rex, følg rytmen nu. Rex the T-Rex, alle er her nu. Gennem natten går hun, vi stråler så klart. Rex the T-Rex, hvad er det som sker? Vi smiler med Stine.
I will start with saying congratulations to an amazing race.
Thank you very much.
This was an event that was extraordinary in so many ways. Your performance, of course, but also everything around it. So can we take us back to where it all started, when you got this idea to create a race and an event around these 6 days in Aabybro? And where did you get the idea to make it a people's party, as we would say in Swedish?
It started with that I wanted to collect money for an organization called SMIL, who helps children at hospitals. And I thought that, what can I do? I'm good at running. I'm good at running very long. And then I contacted, in Denmark, we have something called TV2 North. And I told them about the idea. And they was, okay, that sounds really good, Stine. Let's do that. And then we had to find out how can we get people to watch it. And then we decided that we had to have a car in front of the race, because then we could film all the 6 days, so people could see how it's gonna be, day, night, up and downs. So they had an idea what is it to run 6 days. And then I asked all my also friends and made them say, okay, we are going to join you, Stine. We also want to try to run 6 days. So that was the start of it.
Yeah, and it's cool that you got this TV2 Nord, well, I mix English and Danish, to cover this event. How was it to have a camera in your face all the time and even a microphone? Because it's not that you are quiet when you're running.
Yeah, it was really fun because you could talk to a lot of different people, but you also knew whatever you said, people could hear. TV2 North had told me that over 2 million has watched in the 6 days. So when they come, they knew already what's happened because they have seen it in TV. So when I was running, I could talk to people and tell them something, and they say, "Oh, we have watched that."
Yeah, and you gathered also people not only online watching, but also coming to Aabybro to join the party in different ways. What has this meant to Aabybro and to get people running with you and doing other things around the event?
It was so crazy. We didn't know how many people who was coming. We was talking about it before because we had to buy start numbers for it. And I said, I think there's coming 1,000 persons. And the other said, oh, no, it's too much, Stine, 500. And I said, no, we have to have a lot of start numbers. Then we can, use them in another sport. We can't just say to people there's no more room. But there was over 3,000 persons in the 6 days, and they come from all over the town. They come from Copenhagen, they come from Aabybro, they come from everywhere in Denmark because they have seen it on TV and they just want to join it. And I think the most amazing was that everybody who was coming, they had maybe run 10 kilometers before and ended up with running 40 kilometers or more, and children has run every day and coming after school and again at night, and many children has run 100 kilometers. So it was amazing to be a part of, to get people to do more than they ever had believed they could do.
Yeah, that's one part of the story that I'm sure brought a lot of motivation to your own performance as well. So let's now move to your own race. And you had done, of course, this 72 hours last year, 505 kilometers, which was the longest you had done before. You did the 48-hour race in Hungary. That was also amazing to follow because you had this fight with Irina as well. How did you, with that experience, make the strategy for this race? Because you knew, of course, what you needed to do, 901 point something kilometers. How did you make the strategy in terms of pacing and sleeping?
I did it together with Dan. He's the mastermind behind the race, so he had an idea what I had to do, and then I just follow him.
So yeah,
Maybe we can talk to Dan there. What did the mastermind do to make Stine run this far?
a master plan. Yeah, we hope that the first day she could run 200, maybe some a little more without sleep and without being tired. And it sounds weird when you say that Stine can run 200 in 24 hours, not being tired. That's normal. Like we run 10Ks. that's just freaky to think about. But yeah, that's the goal. And she ran 207, I think, the first day.
And I understand that there was a problem falling asleep after taking the break after 24 hours.
Yeah, the first break is just a little bit later on second day. Yeah, she didn't feel deep in sleep. So there's a problem there. But after that, I think it's half and when 12 hours and half the second day, then it came more normal. She fell asleep. So but the first one wasn't good. No.
And how did you come up with how many kilometers she needed to do and what pace to have when calculating also for the breaks, considering that you knew that in Hungary in the 48-hour race, she finished very, very fast. Now you knew what you had to do to beat the world record, where Camille Herron started extremely fast, and you dared almost to follow that pace.
No, not almost. We had planned that like 200 and maybe 170 the day after, and 140 and 130, and so we have to pace her down so she get more rest instead of just running fast. So the plan went perfectly because what can I say? Stine had the first time Stine was very, stressed out or tired was Friday at noon. And then we had to make a new plan. So that was a 3 hours run and 30 minutes rest. But then if you send small blocks, that suited her fine. As that was perfect for Stine. So she knew she had to run maybe max 4 hours. Then she had a rest. So that was a perfect plan.
Yeah, I could see that in the chart. It was like a saw going down there with short breaks. Up to that point, did the plan work, or did you have to change anything in terms of energy or nutrition or pacing or anything?
No, the plan went flawlessly. Sometimes maybe she did maybe 5Ks too little, but next day she did 5Ks more. And but all times she eat very well. We don't use gels and all that. We use normal food like pasta, pizza, French fries, burgers, milkshake, yogurt. So and some at night she does some Mentos. She loves the Mentos at night, and some Snickers or Twix. But normally just food, and she had a good stomach all the way. No sickness or nothing. Just smile.
Yeah, and we'll get back we'll get back to Stine soon. But I just want to hear also for you, Dan, to be at the side to follow Stine. How nervous were you? Because you knew what she needed to do, and you saw when she was in pain. You saw when she ran too fast or too slow. But was there any time when you were nervous that, wow, I don't know if she can make it or something?
No. One time when it went too fast, when I had the finger up in the air to yell at her because she mistaken her round. So she thought she was 3 rounds behind. So she couldn't make the new European record at 5:49. But I have to yell at her, say, come on, you're way ahead. So it took some time to get her in her head that she was okay. But I think at Friday, I talk about that sleep Friday noon. She had a, what do you call it? There's long time. There's still 2 days to go, so she was very tired and she couldn't, what do you call it? See in the front, the future to do it. So that's why we did the new plan with a few hours and a rest.
That's right.
But I didn't have any doubt actually if she's going to finish. The only thing we thought about was injuries.
Yeah.
If she's going to fall or get an injury, that would be the worst part.
And Stine, for us who watched this, I mean, of course, you were talking all the time. You were doing high fives. You were smiling at people and everything. And in social media, there were comments that, oh, she needs to be more quiet to save energy, because even if it's bringing you mental energy, it takes physical energy out of you. But describe how that means to you to have people to talk to and smile at and do high fives with. How much energy does that bring to your own race?
This race was different because I felt like it was me who was running together with other people. We were a team almost running. And yeah, I know I'm talking a lot, but I always talk a lot. So for me, it's no problem. And it meant a lot to me that people were coming and supporting me. And every time there was people, I thought that it could give more money to Smilfonden. So it was important to me to embrace people who was coming, because it meant a lot to me, but it also meant a lot to Smil. So I know that I was talking too much and high-fiving too much. But
you get some injury almost.
My first injury is my shoulders. But at night there was almost quiet, so I knew that there was a lot of people at day, and at night there was quiet. So I had that to look forward sometime.
Yeah, you could rest at least a little bit to be just on your own for a few hours at night. But then there was also, of course, other records at the same time. And I read in the comment at one point you talked to this guy Christopher, who was driving the electric car. That can't we change?
Yeah.
Was there any? Of course, you were tired and in pain and so on. But from your perspective, how did it feel throughout these days physically in your body?
It was funny because after 10 hours, I'm always tired in my body. But it felt like the same after 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. It was the same pain. And every morning, every time I have slept and I had to go up, I have to say that Dan and Søren, they cheated me every time. They said, so now I have slept for an hour or 2 hours, and I get up and then I saw on my watch and I could see I almost have only slept half an hour. So they were really, really mad at them many times.
Yeah, because it's not always easy to be nice to everyone. And of course, and you had this a guy who was doing massage also to get your muscles in good shape. Tell us a bit about the communication behind the scenes.
I think that because it was so many days, and we are all very tired. We almost started having what's called when you laugh a lot and you can't stop.
Yeah. A little kick, when we woke up Stine, she was tired, then we'd make some mess with her, and she laughed too, and we just,
things in my hair and
just
to
make up, so it's a little funny. Yeah,
it's good to turn everything negative to something positive to make you to laugh instead.
And every time I get up, I was in, oh, please, I can run, please, I can run. And then I started, and then I could run. But it was amazing how the body just kept on running. I was very tired in all my body, but when I started running, I could do it again. Not fast, but good.
Yeah, and of course, the last day it was in one way tougher, but in another way you could see the end coming. Describe those last few hours before you passed the old world record and the feelings when you felt that, wow, I am the woman who has run further than anyone else in 6 days.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was the most important for me was to achieve the 800 West. We had a West you can have on every time you got 100, 200, and was a really good way to celebrate every time one of the runners had done that. It ended up with normal people also use the West because many of them did 100 and 200 kilometers. So, but it was a good way to know, hey, now you've done it. And when I got the 800 West on, I knew that I'm gonna do it because there was only 100 kilometers left.
And then the feeling when everyone celebrated you passing the old world record. Describe a little bit of what went on inside yourself.
When I had 40, when I had a marathon left, I just thought, okay, I'm gonna do it. I was so excited and so happy and so proud. And every time I saw people I knew, I started crying because it was so big for me. Also because I've said to everybody I'm gonna do the world record, but I really didn't know in any way that I could do it. But I had to say it, or else I couldn't get TV2 North with on the idea, and I couldn't get people to follow and so on. So in my mind, I never knew if I could do it. And when I really found out that I gonna do it, I was so happy and proud and
Emotional.
Yeah, emotional.
Yeah, when she took on the 900K West, 900 kilometers West, she was crying.
Yeah.
I think that's the moment she realized she's gonna, in 2 rounds, she had broken the record. So that was a big moment for Stine. I don't know if she remember it, but when she took on the West, she cried.
Yeah.
So that was emotional.
When also being so tired with everyone, every people, I mean, all the people around, etc.
Yeah.
And also, I guess there must have been a lot of pressure having told everyone I will beat the world record. I know I have to do it because people are following me online. People are following me live.
Exactly.
How much pressure did you feel?
A lot of pressure. Also because there was a plan every day. You know, there was people coming to sing and do stand up and do everything on the scene. And what should they do if I was stopping or there was nothing to see on the TV anymore? So I knew that I had to do it. I had no other ways. And there were so many people from Smil who was coming and running with, and they have used all their time to help me with planning this. And I also have David Stoltenberg to run for the men's record, but he was already injured after day 2. So there was only me to do this.
Yeah, and you did it also. And one of the things that, I mean, you said there were many activities happening, and there were also lots of people coming to join this party from different places. I mean, many influencers, politicians, other like Tom Kristensen, who has won Le Mans racing race more than anyone else. How was it? Because I guess you had not met all of these people before, but everyone wanted to be part of your event.
Yeah, I have written to all of these people in months before and told me about my project. And there was okay, if you're going to do that, Stine, I'm going to come and run with you. So for me, it was a big thing, but it was also a good thing because it get so... people all over Denmark saw it and saw their stories about my attempt. So we got so many people to watch and follow it. And there's so many people who has written to me afterwards, oh, we don't know what to do now, Stine. We miss to see you and the TV.
Yeah, I
So it's
understand the
funny.
feeling definitely, because it was one of the most amazing ultra running events to follow, I think. What does that part mean to you? I mean, ultra running is a niche sport. It's a small sport that most people maybe have not even heard about. Now you have had 2 million people watch on this live stream, and Stine Rex is a name that people can recognize.
I think that maybe it's a good way to show other TV or other runners that they can do the same. So maybe ultra running is very exciting to watch, and maybe it could be a Olympic thing that people, because before, if you said, "Do you want to see 6 days of running?" People will say no, but I think that many people now will say yes, please. So maybe it's a good way to show the world that you can do it on this way instead of hiding the sport, because it is very fascinating to see that you can keep running and keep how are you going to eat, how are you going to sleep, how are you going to do the toilet and so on. So yeah.
Yeah, at least we didn't have a camera in the toilet, but almost everywhere else. And of course, then we also have to talk a little bit about the aftermath, because you could not only celebrate after, because Camille Herron, who had this world record, and of course your record is not yet ratified, but there has been people writing in social media about, it's illegal pacing, or she had shoes that they are not on the World Athletics list, etc., etc. Tell a bit about your perspective of this.
Afterwards, when I heard it, I got really sad, because it was so amazing thing for me to run this race. So I think that it's really not okay to write things like that, because yesterday I used all my day talking to journalists, news, instead of celebrating my big thing. I had to talk. Do you have cheated? Why doesn't she like you? What have you done? And so on. So for me, she took my victory and make it about cheating instead.
Because you can continue then.
You hear Stine is affects us a lot, because we only celebrated maybe Sunday, Monday, and then we heard a little, I think 3 days in the race. We heard from Camille that we were toxic people after 3 days. And we just, why? I said, why? We do nothing wrong. We always film, all is good. The shoes, these crab shoes and New Balance shoes, I don't think they're legal. They're normal buying shoes. And after racing, we saw that shitstorm from her and her husband, and that made me mad too. So I was told, Dan, you don't do anything. I'm a military man, so I can get a little bit angry, but I stand down, because David and Jesper, the coach, said stand down. We take care of it. So yeah, it's sad that she's like that, because somebody beats Stine, she doesn't talk bad about them. She just celebrates them, say, hi, congratulations, you beat me, I'll beat you next time, or sportsmanship. I don't know why anybody's jealous about that. You have to, sportsmanship, come on, be nice to each other. But it's easier to text things, and when you meet them in person, they shut up. So,
it's a tragic story that it has to be like this. And of course, one of the big things to celebrate is having respect for each other in this sport of ultra running, which I feel, I mean, in Swedish, we talk about the ultra family because we feel like a family, because we always cheer for each other and root for each other. But I mean, I've been also, we will talk more about it in other ways, because I've been in contact even before the race with race director Louise Sheldman, and heard about what has been done to make sure that all the rules are followed. So going forward from now, what are the things that you will bring with you from these 6 days in Aabybro?
I think that the biggest thing is that we collected in Danish is 800,000
Your crown, so it's about what is about $600,000.
That's a lot of money for this meal
Not enough.
foundation.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
100.
Yeah, hundreds. Yeah, a little bit, $110,000. Sorry.
Still a lot.
Yeah, still a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. And we can collect money for sick children just by running. And then it was amazing. The big opbakning, the big.
All the people was cheering for Stine,
Yeah.
and the other not Stine, all the other runners too.
Yeah.
All the team, right? So
it was really, really big. And also the other ultra runners, we had a party, and I thought that 900 kilometers was impossible to do, but now I know that I can do that. So that's good. I hope that Camille is stopping with doing this to me and to other runners, because it's not nice. It's not okay. We also have feelings, and I can see that she's calling it illegal pacing. I don't know, is it the children who's running or in front of me? You have watched it. Can you see anything illegal pacing?
We have judges out there, EAU judges and all that. There was nothing. There was, I think, 3 judges came from abroad. We didn't know about us watching the race, and there was nothing. And like Jesper, our coach, training coach for Denmark, he said there's nothing. So it's sad. It's so sad because, yeah.
And I think one of the main things is also that the World Athletics rules are for the traditional athletics, and the pacing rules for ultra races like this are not as clear. So it leaves some people think it leaves room to interpretation in different ways. So let's now wait for IAU to do the ratification process, because they are the ones who decide if this is going to be a record or not. And from my perspective, whatever outcome is from IAU, this is a week to celebrate, not only for the efforts you made, but also for everything else around it. So I hope that will be the remaining feelings after this week.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think we're done with all that, all that bad talking and all that. I think today we're going to start celebrating again. Yeah.
That's a good ending. Thank you very much, Stine Rex and Dan Kristensen. And thank you and congratulations to the amazing effort.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Vi griner og hygger, vi løber rundt. Hver dag er fyldt med liv og store smil. Stine leder vejen, vi fejrer med stil. Rex the T-Rex, følg rytmen nu. Rex the T-Rex, alle er her nu. Gennem natten går hun, vi stråler så klar. Rex the T-Rex, til børnene og smil. Vi smiler med Stine. Ja, ja, ja.